at the end of the day, like, what do you have to lose? You know, what's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to die. Like, you're going to die anyway. Like, the outcome is the same for everybody. So why not just go for it? And I went for it and it worked. And for a lot of people, it doesn't work. I think the big differentiator is the self-education process of not only introducing new information that the school system doesn't give you, or that your parents don't give you, or that the system doesn't give you, but also that the detox process of all the stuff that you've been taught that is wrong.
Yeah.
Right? Because you look at people's day-to-day behaviors and you start realizing that a lot of why people are where they are today is because of their subconscious behavior. You look at all the programming, like people think that laziness or not doing your task or not picking up a book or not exercising is 100% their fault. No, there's something called conditioning.
Yes.
Right? There's something called conditioning, and people have been conditioned to lose. And it's from that conditioning that you must kind of unlock yourself to then recondition your mind. Because if you don't program yourself, somebody will program you.
So
it's a long journey, right? It's a forever journey.
I'm curious who you think is conditioning people. Is it an agenda? Is there a purpose behind it? Is it just happening, right? Is it lack of awareness, or is there like some intention there?
There's this law of the universe known as the law of correspondence that talks about as above, so below. And it's this idea that as things appear in the spiritual realm, they manifest themselves in the physical realm. So what we see in the world today is merely a physical manifestation of the spiritual condition of the world. So it's not a money problem. It's not a person problem. It's a fundamental problem in the spiritual condition of the world. And it manifests itself through the insanity that takes place in the world. So through this concept, we understand that it's not a physical problem. Money isn't the root of all evil. It's not the problem. The root of all evil is your inability to wield that thing and allowing that thing to control you and run your life. And that's why you have everything in the world being run by money, conditioned by money, greed. And yeah, my opinion is more like a spiritual problem. I wouldn't pinpoint it to a specific individual.
That's super.
I would say it is that we are just as guilty as everybody else. And when you assume that responsibility, then you realize that you also have the responsibility to change, and that you are that change around you. And it's all based off of this understanding of energy and vibrational frequencies, that you have to be at a higher vibration, therefore controlling the tempo of the environment, therefore changing what's happening around.
To me, it almost sounds like the reason you're jumping on, our podcast or trying to grow on social media and doing it successfully, right, is because you want to be that change and you want to put that vibration out. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's this understanding that you don't know what you don't know, and to disdain people and to shun people based off of their life choices, whether they're good or bad. We see a lot of people bashing other people online. Yeah. Dude, a lot of these motherfuckers don't know any better. They don't know any better. They need help. They need guidance. They need direction. And if you can not tell them something, not tell them what to do, but guide them through a process of logic, of self-exploration, of questioning, of finding truth, then that person now has hope. Mm-hmm. And hope is what a person needs to move forward in life. And what a lot of people don't have is hope. So if you can instill a little bit of hope, and that sometimes means you have to shock people into reality, then I think it's a worthy ideal.
100%. I think a lot of people tend to, especially when you try to break out of these things, especially like the money conditioning, and have some self-agency, some sovereignty, and you have your own stuff. I feel like it puts a lot of people on a path where they kind of lose the empathy required to do that, and it becomes a very egoic thing. It's like to break your beliefs that you can be better. Like there is some aspect of, thinking you are better than something or having a standard, but I think a lot of people do lose the empathy required to really like hold that principle true. You know what I mean?
I agree. I think it's important to know why you do what you do. Mm-hmm. Why, like, okay, you're going to make money. Why are you making money? Like, why are you here? Or are you just a drone? Everybody's out here calling everybody else a bot, but they don't look at themselves in the mirror.
So true.
Like, it's so easy to call somebody else a bot and not look at yourself in the mirror and be like, yo, that was pretty body, dude. Nobody does that. Nobody holds themselves to the same standard that they want to hold other people to. So that's kind of how I've been operating. Is I treat myself with a lot of respect and grace, and I speak a lot to myself. And, you know, in these questions that you ask me, I try to understand at a deeper level, what does it mean? What do these questions mean? Not this first initial superficial like response that people have. It's really meditating on what's the purpose of your life? Like, why are you doing what you're doing today? Because after everything's said and done, the opinions of other people, the opinions of the people on the internet, the opinions of your parents, the opinions of anybody around you, your accolades, your success, the medals that you've earned, the plaques, none of it matters. Yeah. None of it matters. What matters is when you look at yourself in the mirror, right? Mm-hmm. What do you see? Yeah. When you're lying on your deathbed and you're literally by yourself, you and you, what's the conversation that you're having about the life that you lived? Like, was it dope? Was it proper? Like, well done? Or nah, you fucked up, man. I don't want to live that life. I want to end, and I don't know what that looks like. Does that mean I'm a billionaire? No, that doesn't mean I'm a billionaire. That means I'm a man that lives with purpose. And the problem isn't that people are rich or not rich, is that people don't know why they're awake. They don't know why they're alive. And when you find that purpose and you start moving in that direction, life becomes extremely fun.
100%.
It's super interesting that every episode we have with someone that's maybe ascended a little bit, the echelons of maybe social media, you know, Iman and Sneeko and yourself, and we had Jared Getz on recently, who he used to work for. I don't know if you know that name, ecom dropshipping, but they all of you guys and us as well, it's kind of like refreshing because all of you guys talk about the spiritual elements of this whole thing, the spiritual elements of life, making money, whatever, and the spiritual aspects of it, and why, like, that's really what this game is. It's like, it's an energy game, a frequency game, a spiritual game.
I agree. I mean, the world is not a physical place. The world is a spiritual place. How you are interacting right now with reality is based off of how your brain is processing reality. But that doesn't mean that that's what reality is. Maybe you're limited by your senses, right? So you need to be able to see things with spiritual eyes to be able to understand how the world really works. And that's the journey that a lot of people may not understand. So when they hear me say certain things, they may feel like it's a whole bunch of nothing. Mm-hmm. It's a whole bunch of nothing to a person that cannot see. Yeah. And that's kind of the journey. If you don't understand something, don't be like, well, this is nothing. Ask yourself, what does this mean? What is this? Why is this dude spending time trying to convey? Do you think I'm here wasting my time? No, I'm trying to convey something. So stop, listen, don't scroll to the next thing. Like, meditate. Mm-hmm. What does it mean to meditate? To dwell upon. What are you dwelling upon? People are out here with the phones, the music, the bullshit. You're living in so much static that you don't allow your brain to process any information. It's just like dopamine. It's 24/7. So people are fried in the head, and the ones that understand how to manage their ability to receive information are the ones that move up in life, because only the educated are free, not the hardworking.